A very warm welcome to an Off the Rail special. Night 2 is done and dusted. Well, I thought we had some talking points from night 1, but wow, night 2 has certainly ramped it up. I'm delighted to say Kelly Fisher and Niels Feijen join me. Kelly, I'll start with you. We end the night 5-4 USA. Did you ever think that after predicting it before the start of the tournament?
Absolutely not. You know, I would definitely going the other way. And then tonight, I was 100% thinking it were going to go 6-3 USA. So 5-4 USA, you know, Europe have to be happy with that based on tonight's performance overall.
Yeah, Niels, it could potentially change the whole landscape of this tournament.
Yeah, I'm still recovering from what happened. I'm like Kelly said, I was also thinking it's going to go 6-3. I was doing commentary and all of a sudden the ball's missed. They run the rack, break, run out, and it turned the whole thing around. But when the smoke will clear tonight, Jeremy has to have a word with his guys and he has to ask them, listen, day 2 we were 2-2, right? Would you take 5-4? Would you take a 5-4 lead? And then forget about the 6-3. They can't do anything about it, but in their mindset, would you accept a 5-4 lead? They will all say yes, and then you have to take it from there.
Yeah, absolutely. To let you in on something, both Europe and Team USA are practicing now, and it's nearly midnight. Dedication, absolutely love it.
Well, I mean, it's the biggest event of the year. And because it's so close, there's nobody feeling overconfident. You know, they're all there working at the game, working at what maybe have let them down. They feel sorting their head out because tomorrow's a new day. Today's gone. Tomorrow's a new day, and they're going to come out fighting and come out fresh. And they're all just looking forward to that and training for it now. As
yeah, absolutely. Let's go into the first match then. The fans' choice. When we found out it was the fans' choice, Jason Shaw and Shane Van Boning, it was no real surprise, was there to you, Niels?
No, that's been the same, I think, the last 3 times they played. And great start of the night because Shane started well, went up 2-0, and then ran out of position on that 7 ball. Maybe they can put it in here. Missed the 7, whole match flipped. It could have been 3-0, it went 5-2 to Jason, place erupted, 3-2 Europe. Yeah, it's basically what happened.
Yeah, and we've said this before with Jason, when he wants to be great, he is great.
Oh yeah, I mean, unreal. If he gets rolling, flowing, you could see the determination in his face. I mean, I've seen Jason in many situations, but I mean, that's the most determined. He was talking to himself on that last break, and I mean, he really is giving it 100,000%.
Yeah,
absolutely. Now, I thought then this was when Europe were going to run away with it. But Skylar Woodward had other ideas facing Albin Ocean. Skylar's had a great night.
I think we all felt the same because the momentum was so much on Europe's side, right? They won the last 2 on day 1, making it 2-2. Jason comes out, makes it 3-2. And it's like everybody's waiting for that locomotive to just keep on going. And then Skylar starts playing great. Albin made a lot of mistakes that match. Didn't look like himself. He got negative, which is his one weakness. You know, he's a monster player, reigning world champion, US International Championship League pool. But if he gets down on himself, he gets really down on himself. That's the only weakness he really has in his entire game. That's what happened this night. He couldn't shake it off. It cost Europe 2 points.
And it didn't get any better for him either, did it? Because Skylar and Shane back on the table in the doubles, beating Albin and Jason 5-4. That was some match.
Again, you know, I mean, few errors, unexpected errors. I mean, America, USA were looking quite solid in a good, you know, good rhythm and the gel well together. You know, Albin and Jason's match could have gone either way, I suppose, but to be honest with you, I mean, if you looked at both teams, I would say that USA just seemed to have that smoothness about them, that gel tonight. And, you know, like I say, the results shown that, and it could have been a lot worse.
Has the disappointment of not having Earl kind of maybe brought them together a little bit more?
We mentioned that, didn't we? We said it could happen, and I think it has. I think Niels said it perfectly yesterday that definitely they've come together. You know, they've realised there's nothing they can do about it. What else can you do? And Jeremy Jones, absolute legend, team captain, is, you know, he's really put himself in a, well, he didn't put himself there, but he ended up in a really awkward situation. And he's you know, he's pulling it off. I mean, he's out there fighting for his life, and he's also then supporting the whole team and trying to, you know, be the captain as well. And I think he's doing a phenomenal job, and I think nobody can say any different than that.
Absolutely. I mean, Niels, you've been out there many, many times, but what is it like to, you need to be mentally ready, don't you? He didn't have much time, Jeremy, to think, oh, I'm playing all of a sudden.
I was going to say, Jeremy was watching there the entire evening, supporting his guys, walking into the arena every time, trying to show little things, think about this, think about that, and then he still had to go and play himself. He put himself last in the evening session. Then I think match 4 he wasn't there. Shane took over, right? Co-captain, he stepped in, he was done for the day. He stepped in, supported the guys. Jeremy's warming up, came back out, actually played a pretty solid match. They could have won that match, it would have been 6-3. Not undeserved, I think. They played solid today, and like Kelly says, I think it's impressive to see how much they've come together. They're supporting each other. There's not one man sticking out. There's not one man rock bottom. They're really picking each other up, and you know, if this continues, it might go all the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Niels and Kelly aren't just here as fantastic commentators. We used them a bit earlier as well with some shooting practice. Have a look at this.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. We're in the VIP room here at Alexandra Palace, and Niels has got a few of the shots from last night that he just wants to talk us through. Kelly will be with us shortly as well. This one, the first one, is from Shane Van Bonen. It was against Joshua Filler, of course. He did lose this match, but Niels, you were really impressed with this one in the third round.
I really liked the shot selection that Shane had. If we go over to the table here, we see that if we go down here on the cue ball, he cannot make this one. So what I saw in the studio, he actually had 2 options here. He could have played what's called a kick a stick, where he draws off the rail, tries to keep the cue ball here, send the one ball a little bit back the other way. But he went for another clever shot. He's overcutting the 1, so not going for the pocket because he can't hit there. He's overcutting it, sending the 1 in between this traffic and playing the cue ball down table to the short rail, as we can see in the clip here. Not an easy shot, but he executed beautifully, and I thought it was very intelligent, so it popped out for me. I wanted to give it a go.
Well, let's see, Niels, if
yeah,
you still got it.
Let's see. I don't even know what I'm going to do. Let's see. There you see, I'm making contact with the 6. That was the tough part, because it's very hard to bank it exactly in between these balls. But you can see the part of the cue ball where it's going off this rail, and ending somewhere close to this short rail for a potential nice safety. I got him hooked, so I still got it.
Okay, Kelly, your turn now. This is Europe's Mr. Mosconi himself, Jason Shaw, in the doubles with David Alcaide. Just talk us through this one.
Well, this shot here, it's a delicate shot that he's going to be played. It's making the 6 ball quite softly, really, to say that it's such a long shot. Just enough to control the cue ball around 2 rails to get perfect on the 7. Let's have a go. Not bad.
Not bad, especially if you've not hit a shot yet. And these tables are brand new, they're slick, they're fast.
Very
That's
fast. Yeah, I mean, I think Jason and David would be happy with that shot there. It's a good shape on the 7 for him to get onto the 8, so I'll take that one.
Okay, this one's a big moment from Shane versus Josh Filler, one of the big matches we were looking forward to on night 1. And Josh has got a couple of options here, Kelly, but we know he's an offensive player and he's tried to cut this 3 ball. Just tell us what's gone wrong here for Josh.
Well, I think it's 3-1 up, he's feeling confident and he's gone for it. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. I do think, percentage-wise, the right shot is to play a safety shot here. He's got the 9 ball there where we can try and get the 3 ball behind the 9 or anywhere to make it more difficult for Shane to kick at it. And we've got a big group of balls here that's a big target to get a snooker. I think, given the circumstances, that's probably the higher percentage shot. But you know Joshua, if he makes it, then you know everybody's clapping. It's a great, great shot. I just think maybe the safety would have been the best route.
So what are you going to play for us here, Kelly? Are you going to try the safety or are you going to try and make the 3 that Josh didn't?
I think percentage-wise, I'm going to go for the safety.
Let's have a look at how Josh could have played this shot.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, Kelly, you're going to be pretty happy with that one.
No, not really, no. I'm really wanting that cue ball nicely behind these. And ideally, the table's playing very fast, but ideally I'm wanting that 3 ball toward close to that 9, really.
So if you're playing Shane Van Bonen, that's probably true. If you're playing me, I'd be very happy with that.
Yeah, well, it can jump it, you know, we need to get tighter than that, but still, I think percentage-wise, I play 2 there, I've got a snooker both times. Not the greatest snooker, but percentage-wise, I think that was the right shot.
So we've got Niels and Kelly in for this one. Niels going to shoot this shot in just a moment, but first, Kelly, it's Tyler Steyer's jump shot, night 1 of the Mosconi Cup. He's just playing positive here, right?
Oh yeah, what a great shot. I mean, this is full attacking, 100% he gives it his all, and this is going to be a tough one for Niels to replicate. Great jump, cue ball comes around and gets closely on the 2 there for Chris to shoot the next shot. Good luck, Niels.
Received end of a Tyler Steyer jump at Ali Pally. So let's see if you can create the one from day 1.
Let's see what we can do here. I'll take that any day.
Wow.
Okay, last one for today. Now, this is going to be a difficult one for Niels to replicate what Jason Shaw did, because he had a fair bit of luck in it. It was the last match of the last night, 4-0 up, it gets on the way to 5-0 and 2-all in the Mosconi Cup. And it's Jason Shaw and Kelly, it's a really good hit on the 1, and it creates a little bit of movement, which sees the 8 go down.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to say that, you know, he did make a good hit. It was a great kick, but the bit of luck there was definitely the 8 going down. You can see by his body language, he didn't expect that. And for Niels to replicate this is difficult. So, I mean, the main thing is it was a good hit. He was trying to send the cue ball down the table to get a safe back. It clips the 8 and makes the 8. But now we can see that once you get the balls moving, anything can happen.
So Niels, let's have a look. Let's see if you can recreate a little bit of luck.
Yeah, the original position in the rack was that the 8 was a little bit away from the side pocket. What we're gonna do to just show the action of the cue ball, we're gonna move the 8 into the side pocket. The main reason is I wanna show that after you make contact with this 1 ball, what actually can happen if it's fairly close to the side rail, the cue ball can shoot through and make some action and make the 8 on this shot. So I'm gonna do my best here. There it was.
Well, Niels, as you see, a lot of movement created there by playing that shot. So Jason, he bought that little bit of luck, didn't he? And that got them to 5-0. It got them from 2-all on night 1. That's all from Kelly and Niels from up here. Back down to these guys in the studio with Michael.
So there you go. We've got them very busy this week. We really have. Let's go back into the games though, because another fantastic match is another sort of mini rivalry. Tyler against Joshua Filler. That had plenty of talking points, but I think again Tyler, being calm, he showed his composure. Apart from one incident with the cue, which he apologised for, but it can get tense out there, can't it?
Yeah, I mean the cue incident, you know, there weren't really an incident. It was just a reaction and a little frustration. It was just unfortunate that Joshua was actually even in that arm's way. But no, I mean, I said Joshua was going to come out fighting 100%, and he did. He broke the balls, and it was that first kick shot. He could have pushed out, and he chose to kick the 1 ball, and he thought he hit a rail, and he never. And I thought, well, this could turn the match anyway now, because you know if he breaks and runs, you know, or breaks snookers Tyler, and then gets back to the table and runs out, that's Joshua flying. But the match was so bizarre, twists and turns. And to be honest, Tyler did play well. He played solid. He made a couple of errors and got away with it, to be honest. The rolls were definitely on his side. And, you know, even all the way to the very end, really, the rolls were on his side and he took them. I mean, what else can you do? But Joshua, you know, put up a good fight and it just weren't meant to be. And Tyler dug in.
I think also, Kelly, to compliment you there, from 4-2, Joshua did get a chance to turn it around. The match was not going his way. It was going Tyler's way. He missed 3 8-balls in 1 rack. Yeah. Fluked the last one in. There's nothing Joshua can do about it. The momentum was not against him. On 4-2, he managed to run a nice rack, make it 4-3. And then for me, the key moment of that rack, you can say whatever you want with luck, he had a pretty elementary safety on 4-3, and he leaked it out, and Tyler made that jacked up combination 1-6, I believe it was, and ran a really tough rack. He should have never ever seen that 1 ball from there. The safety for Joshua's level was right there. The speed was there, the direction, there was nothing super complicated about it. Of course, Mosconi Cup pressure. just saying that he had a chance to really, like David and Kachi in the last match, to make the gap even closer and put all the heat then on 4-4 back on Tyler.
Well, yeah, let's talk about that last match then, because this could be the key, couldn't it? This could be the absolute turning point. Chris Reinhold and Jeremy Jones, unlucky, but Kachi and David Al-Qaedi won't care. And Kachi especially probably needed that after day one. I'm going to be quiet here because he could probably hear me and he's big. So, but he probably needed that, didn't he?
He did. I mean, he's not performed yet. You know, we know his capabilities. We know how well he can play, and how solid he is normally. He's been a bit off. Let's face it. You know, yesterday, today, he's been a bit off. But I'm sure he's going to come out fighting even stronger now. That will definitely have given him a bit of fire in his belly. You know, he made some errors and you could see it on his face, and I was worried. I thought, wow, I mean, you know, come on. And the guys kept coming in, Jason and Alex, you know, to pump him up. They did it in the end, and I thought that Jeremy and Chris put up a great fight, and it could have, should have been theirs. But yeah, this is great for Kachi. I think tomorrow might, again, like I said before, new day, and you know, you might see a different player.
Yeah, I mean, you'll be watching us on day 3. They really get the juices flowing. Let us know in the comments what you think in your predictions, because Niels, it's really set up now. So how do you see day 3 going? It's only 5-4, it's so narrow.
I think the biggest key for day 3 now, if you're in Europe, you got to be thinking America's wasted a lot of big bullets on day 2. They put Shane out there, they put Skylar out there, they put Tyler out there. Jeremy and Chris still have to play their singles, and Europe is so wide with their quality, so to speak. They got to be thinking tomorrow they're a big favorite to make moving day 3, to really close the gap first and then take the lead and extend it quick. That's what they're going for. If you're USA, you got to think the opposite. Like I said before, they're in the lead, man. They're 5-4 up. If they can snatch the first one, they're 6-4. And then again, Europe's got to be chasing and chasing. And eventually they're going to get tired of it at some moment. So as long as they keep moving forward towards that 11, it's all to play for. That's all I'm saying.
To play for. It's so wide open. The US are in front. Now, don't forget the fans' choice. It's a special tomorrow. It's going to be a doubles, which you can still vote for during the evening on night 3. So you can see how the night's going. If you want to put someone back in, the choice is yours. We hope you've enjoyed night 2, and we'll see you for night 3. But for now, thank you for joining us.